latest offering from Theatreworks Silicon Valley is a timely classic, the Tony Award-winning musical Ragtime. And the show is getting rave reviews. Here to tell us all about it is one of the stars, Nkrumah Gatling. Welcome to Bay Area Focus.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And so Ragtime is set 120 years ago at the dawn of the 20th century, but directors say the story seems timelier than ever. Why is that?
I think it focuses on a lot of the problems that we still have in America today, as far as racism, immigration, women's rights, all those themes that gun violence, all those things that we are still dealing with today it's very reflective.
Yeah, on display in that play. And for those not familiar with the work, what's at the core? There's a focus on three families, right?
Yes. You have Mother, who is a Caucasian woman at that time, at the turn of the century, which is 1904. You have Tata, who is an immigrant coming from Latvia, who was a Jewish immigrant coming from Latvia and going through the American experience. And then you have my character, who is Coalhouse Walker, who is a Black man at the turn of the century, who believes in the values of America, and those values are tested through the show.
And you are making your Theatreworks Silicon Valley debut as Coalhouse Walker, but you're no stranger to the stage. What was it about this role that spoke to you?
Well, it's a role that is very reflective of the Black experience.
Then we'll travel on from there. California, oh, knows where.
He touches you. He's a person that wants to do good. And sometimes when you want to do good, the world works against you. And that can change a person when you're doing the right thing, but no one's helping you. So he's a double-sided kind of character. He's a vigilante that you root for.
Okay, I'm intrigued there. And Coalhouse, also a pianist in the production, but also sings. I got to see, you belting out a tune on Instagram, when I was checking you out. Very impressive voice. I said, okay, I see you.
Thank you.
And there's a big note you hit at the end there, too. How integral is music in this production?
Well, it's almost like an opera. The music never really stops. All the dialogue is with music, and it furthers the story.
What of the people whose boundaries change? I salute you, my friend. So and end up so safe. May you find what you need.
Arns and Flaherty are fantastic composers, and I think that's why people come to see the show over and over again, because the story is so strong, but also the music is just beautiful. It's so beautiful, and it takes you over.
And you were actually cast in this role 2 years ago, but like a lot of things, the pandemic put things on pause. How exciting is it to finally bring Ragtime to Bay Area audiences?
It's amazing. Everybody on the project has really, most of us have stuck with it. I believe we were only in rehearsals for about a week and a half when the pandemic hit. So to come back almost 2.5 years later and tell the story, especially having all that we've gone through as a country in the last 2 years, and tell this story, it's so poignant and so timely in a way that it wasn't before. It was, but over the last 2 years, I think it hits people, the audiences, so much more in the heart now.
Yeah, so what do you hope those audiences walk away with when the curtain closes?
I hope they walk away with understanding and empathy for other people, to see other people's experiences, to be more active in their fight for people's freedom and justice. And I hope they walk away with loving others more.
Perfect words there. And Nkrumah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember, Theatreworks Silicon Valley's production of Ragtime runs through June 26th at the Mountain View Center for the Performing Arts. For tickets and information, visit theatreworks.org.